Okay, welcome to Learn Golf with Cassie. Today this is Coach Dad and we're checking in on my Quest 475s. So we're going to look at some of my rounds in the last 6 weeks and see where I am in the scoring to get to that goal. Let's get into it. These are my scores from the last couple of weeks. I think we'll go back to, I think it was the end of March that I started the Quest for 75. So we've had 78, that was an 8, 79, 85, 79, 81, 76, 80, 81. The one thing I would say is that we've had some proper weather the last few weeks. The 79, 76 and the 78 were all decent weather days. North Bay, you saw that video, tricky conditions, very rainy day. The North Bay 81, that was an extraordinarily windy day, and then the last two, Guangxi and Sunshine Valley, just this weekend. Again, the Guangxi was lightning, thunder, heavy rain, and Sunshine was just wet and a bit tricky. Well, let's go in to see the North Bay one that I played quite nicely at. That was the one hitting a lot of fairways. Greens and regulations where I've got to get it up and up a higher percentage. That one was 50% and putts 30. If we go to my most recent one this weekend, again, greens in regulation, they still under 50%. Fairways hit, I'm hitting fairways, I'm hitting good shots. In this round I had multiple, probably 5 very good looks at birdies, and I didn't make one of them. 3 of them were inside 6 feet. So that's where I've got to increase my percentages. Again, this one, 81, I'm only making about 1 birdie per week. You can see that greens in regulation's too low, fairways are fine. Yeah, and I get into a bit of a run of bogeys. I get on a run and then or bad golf, I put all my score up within 5 holes and then get myself back into it. And we can see that here, Sunshine Valley, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bogeys in a row. And that happened exactly the same. One in this round I played on this weekend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes in a row where I basically dropped 6 shots in 5 holes, and that's something that I've got to get out of. See if I can check a couple of other rounds. This one had a couple of doubles from 2 shanks at the start of the 10th and 11th and made 5 shots in 2 holes. So it often comes in a spell where I've actually been playing pretty nicely, and there we go. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 holes in a row where I was dropping 5, 6 shots. So that's what's been happening. I've been coming into different parts of the round. It's not the same part of the round each time, but when I have done it, they've been like in spells of 4 or 5 holes in a row. This one was just a tough day generally. And I made 2 birdies here to keep the score within the kind of boundaries of respectability, but you can see 5 holes in a row, 4 holes in a row where I'm dropping all of my shots. And let's take one more here, Darshi. That's another thing that I found recently. I've been dropping 3 or 4 shots within the first few holes, and then on the back 9 having to play some nice golf to recover. And if I'm only making 1 to 2 birdies a round maximum out of 4 or 5 good efforts, then I'm going to struggle. This was actually probably the best weather we've had, and the greens were a lot more running true. I've not holed much outside of any distance whatsoever, and actually this back 9, 10 through 18, being 1 over for those 9 holes was very nice. So I can get on a good run of pars with the odd birdie. It's just a matter of stopping those runs where I'm playing 4 to 5 holes and dropping 6 shots. I don't have 6 shots to drop if I'm trying to reach 75, and that's where the scoring has been hurting me. But the key stats within fairways, GIR and greens in regulation and putts are holding putts, greens in regulation. If I'm only getting 50% greens in regulation, that means I've got to make 7, 8, 1 putts for the chip and up and down. And the chipping's starting to come back and making more of those chips closer, making the 1 putts. That's the kind of stats that I usually have when I'm playing really well. Let's go to yesterday's stats. This is my last game yesterday, and that was yesterday. Same number of greens in regulation, 8 or 9, but 33 putts. I could not get the ball anywhere near the hole when I was putting. Lip outs, leaving them short. And there we go, another run of 5 holes, dropping 6 shots. And that's really the difference if you come down to it, is getting out of those runs. If I can just drop 1 shot and then steady the ship with a par on the next, then we are looking good. So I haven't concentrated on shot making so far in this video. You've been watching the other videos for that. And it's just been about how the scores have been put together and how they've been falling apart, etc. We're hoping with some better weather the putts will start to drop with the greens improving, and that has been a big difference. Me and Cassie both noticed it. When she shot her 83, the putts were dropping, the greens were faster, literally just a tiny bit faster, and those putts that are just dipping away from the holes will start going in. I feel like most of the game's been fine. I've been making a few silly mistakes, but I'm expecting over the next few weeks to be down in that sort of like 76, 77 area in pretty much every game, and then just see if I can put together that 75 with a few more birdies. Okay, keep supporting, give us a thumbs up, subscribe and comment. Tell us how your game's going this summer. Bye bye.